Ninth principle, all traditional diets contain salt, either sea salt or from salt flats and mine salt. By the way, in the North American continent, there was a salt trade throughout the continent. There were salt trails, and they mostly got the salt from salt springs in the Ohio Valley or from the Rocky Mountains. There was sources of salt. In some places where they didn't have salt, they burnt sodium-rich marsh grasses and added that to their food. Milk and meat products have some salt in them, and in some areas they drank the blood or the urine of their animals to get salt. So why do we need salt? Well, we need the sodium in salt to activate enzymes for digesting carbohydrates. We need the chloride part of salt to make hydrochloric acid to digest meat. If you're not eating a lot of salt, you're going to find meat very hard to digest. So we need salt for digestion. So we've got a salt taste in our mouth. Did the Creator put that salt taste in there to torture us? No, He put it there, or she put it there, so we would salt our food, put salt on our food, because without the salt we cannot digest our food. We need salt for the development of the brain, to make glial cells in the brain. One of the worst things we do is tell mothers not to give babies their salt. They absolutely need salt. We need salt for adrenal function, hormone production, and it's the basis of cellular metabolism. Unfortunately, we figured out how to ruin our salt, just like we figured out how to ruin everything else. And we refine our salt and take out all the trace minerals, and then we add an aluminum-based additive that makes it pour when it rains and keeps it from sticking. So our salt should be gray, beige, or pink, not white, indicating the presence of minerals. How much salt do we need? The adult requirement for salt is 1.5 teaspoons per day. And that is actually the current consumption. One of the ways that we're so fortunate compared to traditional cultures is we have a guaranteed source of inexpensive salt. This was the way that autocrats and dictators controlled people in the past, by controlling the salt. The salt consumption in 1900 was actually double that, 3 teaspoons per day, because we salted all our meat. And the meat and the fish and everything was very salty. The government wants us to cut our salt consumptions to 3 grams a day, 3/4 teaspoon of salt per day. And the way they're doing that is with this new flavor called Cinnamix. How many of you have heard of Cinnamix? It's in every processed food, and it's not labeled. It comes under artificial flavors. And nobody's done any studies on what this does to any of us. Okay.